Hello, YouTube land people. First, let me just say this. This is not a personal attack on people who eat meat, but however, it is the way I see the world. So, if what I say you don't think is true, then don't turn around and attack me and call me names. It's just how I see things. So with that said, if you're going to be offended by me talking down people who eat meat, then maybe you should go watch some other video. Anyway, my video, it's called A Meat Eater's World versus a Vegan World or Vegetarian World. The way I see things is that in a meat eater world, people are irrational. They are less creative. It doesn't take a lot of creativity to slap a dead animal on a barbecue. However, it takes much more creativity to create a raw vegan or vegetarian meal. So with that said, in the meat eater world, it doesn't take much thought to slaughter an animal. It's pretty much an act. Acts of violence, it's not really a thoughtful act. It's just a reaction to a need. For example, you're hungry, so your reaction is to slaughter an animal. On the other hand, in a vegetarian world, animals would be thought of as sentient beings with feelings, and they would live on farms, and the cows may give milk when they have young, and if they get old, then maybe they would put down humanely, and maybe the meat would be given to pets, maybe dogs or cats or something like that. But for the most part, people don't need to eat meat. And it's odd how most people who do eat meat think that for some reason they must have it, and it's just wrong. And I know that because I have been vegan/vegetarian for well over 20 years now. And I realized that before I was vegetarian, I would gain weight like crazy, and since I've been vegetarian, I eat more than what I did when I was a meat eater, and pretty much I eat the same things, only they're in vegan form, and I never gain weight. I stay the same weight all the time, which is my normal weight. In a meat eater world, people are desensitized to violence, and their brains normalize violence as acceptable. Therefore, we have war. We have war because, well, it makes people money, first of all, and second of all, it's about the only way to cut down on populations. In a vegetarian world, people would be more thoughtful, and they would decide to only have 1 or 2 children, and there would be no wars. In a meat eater world, we have taxation to fund wars. And in a vegetarian vegan world, we would have no taxation because there would be no need to have wars. In a vegan world, people would not have as much heart disease or obesity. Therefore, healthcare would be pretty much very cheap and affordable. And in a meat eater world, our healthcare system as we know it is going bankrupt, and I have no idea how everyone is going to pay for all this when people are broke as it is. And in a vegan world, we would have many more rainforests, many more new discoveries as far as plants, healing plants, and different species of animals, and the ecological system would be a lot more stable. Our weather wouldn't be so extreme and unpredictable. And in the meat eaters world, our weather is unstable, unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen. Our ice caps are melting, and all this is from the shipment and the growing of cattle and the production, the farm productions of animals that create all this carbon monoxide, importing feed, importing animals, exporting feed, exporting animals, all this movement of food back and forth, and the growing of grain, and then instead of giving it to people who are starving, they're giving it to cattle. Force-fed animals that are fed forcefully to make them fat. Just all this just mindless violence is how I see it. So yeah, if I had a choice, I would much rather live in the vegan vegetarian world. But unfortunately, I live here in a carnivore world, and it's full of violence. And it doesn't take much thought when all you're doing is reacting to a situation instead of thinking through it. So again, that's not an attack, that's just the truth and how I see things. And if you're a meat eater and you don't see it that way, then you're probably either blind or you're in some other reality tunnel and you don't see things that are going on. So that's my opinion, and I'm entitled. So if you don't like it, then don't watch the videos that I make. Take care.